And we're live and in living color. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Monday Night Raw review. This is the go home edition to going to Saturday night main event. Uh, and so far, by the end of this, we got like at least 5 matches started, and we don't even know if we're gonna. Cause this is most. If you think about this, is mostly going to be a dominant Raw heavy show because Raw got majority of the matches. Raw got 3 matches going on the event while SmackDown has 2. But there could be we might get another one. Who knows? But if you stick to the Triple A's 5 format, that's what we're gonna get at Saturday night main event. But that's Saturday. You're here for Monday. So we start off with Gunther, who comes out to talk about how this Saturday Saturday night main event it will not be like how it won't go the way it went for him at Survivor Series. That he's back on his game. He's back as the dominant Gunther, and he did show it. But I will get to that in a minute. But he's back on his game. He's back as the dominant Gunther. And before he could finish, Finn Balor would come out and basically in a way, would scrutinize him for not giving him an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. Instead, he chose to mess with Finn Balor by giving it to somebody who didn't deserve it. And then he said Dominic Mysterio. But he said, despite all that, he said you wouldn't be standing here as champion was it for me. But ironically, because of him, he won't be champion either. Once the Saturday Night Main Event is concluded. So so with that, they Gunther proceeds to berate Finn Balor for saying that he was once a great person, becoming the first ever Universal Champion, saying that he used to look up to him and idolize him, but not anymore because he had lost respect for him because not because of him not be able to become champion again, but because he decided to cut corners and align himself with the Judgment Day and said and put simply, you will never be champion or beat him because you're not on his level. Um, Finn Balor would take exception to that. He would try him and Judgment Day would basically try to like get in the ring and basically about to jump him. But Damian Priest would come out and help take out majority of the Judgment Day, including Finn Balor for the most part. I think the Finn Balor part happened within the ring. Like he took everybody else. He took everybody else outside the ring, and he was beating up Finn Balor, and Finn Balor and him got into the ring, and he took Finn Balor out. But he would turn around and get taken out by Gunther himself. To which Gunther, I'm trying to remember what he, he basically beat him up. They was about to put Damian Priest through the table, but then Finn Balor and them would get involved. They would beat down both Gunther and Damian Priest with with Finn hitting Damian Priest with like 2, maybe I think it was either 2 or 3 coup de grace. It was more than one. He hit him either 2 or 3 times with a coup de grace, and to stand tall with both his tag team championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. Pretty good segment. The thing I like about it, Gunther did indeed look like he was back, like he was the strong Gunther. Like he didn't look like the Gunther going into Survivor Series or anything. He was dominant. He was feared. He was beating up everybody. The numbers game was too much for him. We got a comment here, huh? No regrets for me. Let's go, Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby. I'll be back next week. Okay. Thanos. Everybody. Thanos, aka aka Shane, aka Punch. We'll be looking forward to seeing you next week, Punch. So yeah, so pretty good promo. I did like how Gunther was presented here. I like how he was basically he looked like the Gunther of old. He it looked like he's finally turned this corner with this whole doubting himself thing. But otherwise, it was a pretty strong promo, pretty strong promo for them setting up their stuff. But we would have another development afterwards But before we get to that, Shay, if you with us, what did you think about this opening promo?
It was pretty good. I like this Finn Balor and Finn Balor and Gunther type of deal. I wish it would have been a little bit longer because it felt like the feud wasn't that short. Within like a couple of weeks, I wanted to see more from the storyline, but we all know Damian Priest had to come out. And we all know how that worked, but it was
Mhm.
pretty good though. It was pretty good. But dang on Gunther with his tight shirt. Well, you got socks on this week now. He gets my nerves.
No, I do know what you mean, but I think like that's why they was like having this with Finn like being built up over the weeks before we got here because of the fact that they didn't want to do they knew they was only have a short window before a Saturday night main event. So they were trying, I think that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to build this up before we got to this point, before we got to this week with Finn. That's why we've been having Finn trying to get world championship title matches before we even got to Saturday Night Main Event or Survivor Series. That matter, they were trying to build the story up beforehand because yeah, we only had like 2 weeks to go with the before
Right.
we had that, and we're here on the week of Saturday Night Main Event. So I see what they was trying to do. They were trying to do it earlier than the 2 weeks that was given, but I mean, it is what it is. It's going to be a good match. Especially what I gotta say next. So backstage, we get a backstage promo with the Judgment Day. They all, patting themselves on the back for what they just did, but they would get interrupted by Adam Pearce, who would inform him that after having a conversation with Gunther, especially when it was going on with Damian Priest, the match is still on. It's still going to be Gunther versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship, but now it's a triple threat, and it will be Gunther versus Finn Balor versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. And then on top of that, he gave them a tag team championship match. They had to defend their titles next week against the War Raiders. So this coming Monday. Um, and then Finn Balor and them was pretty much distraught. And then I think Liv and Raquel they were trying to taunt Finn. Now already showing dissension and whatnot, because the little snide remark like, "Well, Finn, you got any advice for us for our upcoming match since we when you listen to Finn, we win." And Finn was like, "You know what? Let me get back to you on that." Because he was so distraught about what because he said that in the match with the War Raiders next week, the Judgment Day would be banned from ringside. So that's what got like everybody distraught, and that's why he was like, let me get back to you in that, sister, because right now I gotta get his mind straight." And they were like, "Well, we tried," and stuff like that. And then we will get to the first match of the night, which is the Final Testament. Well, and which I thought was gonna be like a 10-man tag. I thought the girls were gonna be involved too, but it was just an 8-man tag. So everybody minus Scarlett and Nikki Cross. But yeah, the Final Testament with Miz versus the Wyatt Six. And this was a pretty good opening match. I ain't gonna lie. I like it. I'm actually starting to get invested to Karrion Cross a little bit because this is actually finding a decent storyline he's been a part of. Um and I get, it's a thing where I've been wanting Final Testament to win, and now that they are winning, it's like, well, I wanted them to win, but I didn't want them to win against them or like somebody good, but they needed wins to make them legit. But then now, and I guess like, well, Triple H, what I am giving you that they getting a win over somebody who's built as like a legit team. So I was just like, well, I guess I get what I want, but so it's like, can't really be mad about it because I'm like, well, I wanted them to win, but I wanted the Wyatt Six to win. Like, because now I don't know. It's confusing. I'm a confusing wrestling fan. The match was good though. I like the supernatural, but not supernatural element to the Wyatt Six. and that this is just a group. They if you look at it, this is just a group of people who are hurt and pain, and they are hurt by the passing of Bray Wyatt. So they come together. So it's no while Bray Wyatt had the supernatural part, this is just them paying homage to Bray Wyatt. So it's not like that's how they framing around. That's why they more grounded than Bray Wyatt was. But I do need now. I will say this, Triple H. Okay, now we got to start. We're starting tonight because I hear fans talking, and people are starting to see it too. It's starting to be like you giving up on the Wyatt Six, and we don't need that. We don't need you giving up on the Wyatt Six because they got massive potential. They just need this. I don't know, cause I don't think they need to be involved in championship matches, but they still need to be involved in feuds that's like championship feuds. They need to have that, and just got the potential to be in that. But the fact that we haven't seen them on a pay per view yet is kind of hurting. But nonetheless, good match. I did like the back and forth. I did like how the Miz didn't play too much scared or timid, but he did play the comic relief scared person in the match, but not too much. It was a good balance between him being brave and wanting to fight, and him being the comic relief scared timid character, while everybody else was just ready to go to war with the Y6. But the final testament with the help of Paul Ellering would get the victory when Bo would hit the or Uncle Howdy would hit the mandible claw on the Miz, who was cheating from the outside, only for Paul Ellering to come and throw some I guess some salt or mist, whatever it was, into dust, I should say, not mist but dust, into Uncle Holly's eyes. This will allow Karrion Kross to hit his finisher and pin Uncle Holly 1, 2, 3. And this would be like the second victory that the Final Testament has over the Y6. And we was also told that immediately after this match, we was going to get a promo with CM Punk. But before we get to that, Shay, what did you think about this first match? Shay is not with us. Okay. Well, we'll come back to her. We'll move on. I thought she was with us, but she had some things going on. But so we did immediately after the match, we got CM Punk. So throughout the night, let me frame this to you like this. Throughout the whole night, there will be 3 segments. There will be a segment for CM Punk, a segment for Drew McIntyre, and a segment for which you could combine with Seth and Sami Zayn, all talking about each other. So this is to be the start of that. The CM Punk was basically having an interview with I think that was Jackie Redmond. I'm starting to remember their names now, but Jackie Redmond was basically having an interview with CM Punk about the little promise that was made to him by Paul Heyman, but he said he's going to keep that to himself for right now because it's a little bit personal between him and Paul. But it wasn't like we're not going to find out sooner or later. Then we would get, but then we'll switch over to, Seth Rollins. And CM Punk said that he doesn't hate Seth Rollins. He doesn't even understand this whole hatred that Seth Rollins has for him. But he said, thinking back about their history, maybe it has something to do with the fact that, Seth Rollins came to him at a young age for him to train him for free, no less, to train him, take him on his ring. And then that, despite him saying no, Seth Rollins made it to WWE. He made something himself. He became a big superstar. Especially after he left, he filled the void. He admitted that Seth Rollins did fill the void that he left when he left the company, but that now that he's back, he attribute the hatred to him being like the second best player on the team, and that now that he's back, they putting him back on the bench and sitting him down, and now putting CM Punk back into the game. So he's saying maybe that's what's wrong with Seth Rollins and why Seth Rollins hate him. And then we will get a retort from Seth Rollins later on that night. Let's see. Then we get to the second match of the night, which is Dakota Kai versus Liv Morgan. And this was a pretty good match for Dakota Kai. She looked as strong. She looked like a possible challenger if she doesn't come out the victor in this whole United States Championship. She made a case for a match against Liv Morgan, though it's Hmm. I'll get to it in a minute. It's something about it's this Liv Morgan and Rhea thing that's getting on my nerves, and it kind of shows itself here. But the reason why I say this is because throughout the match is good. I'm not saying this. There's nothing about the match. The match itself was good. I enjoyed it. I like that Dakota Kai got to be a little bit dominant here. That did kind of add the Pure Fusion Collective to the mix. There will come Zoe Stark. They were just Zoe Stark, Shayna, and Sonya Deville will come to ringside and kind of be like that distraction. And so while Dakota was trying to beat Liv, she had to keep in the back of her mind, oh, I got Pure Fusion Collective behind me. So with that distraction kind of played a factor into it. She kept them at bay, but the fact that they kept getting involved was the distraction, which eventually, at first, Liv was going to hit the Oblivion, but she got Dakota reversed it. But the distraction would cause too much, and the second time Liv went for it, she would actually hit it and beat Dakota Kai, and then Dakota Kai would get jumped by Pure Fusion Collective, which which then Io Sky and Kyrie came out to even the odds, but then Liv Morgan would get involved to attack Io. That was the good part. The bad part about it was this was the start of something that would lead into what happens in the main event, and you will understand what I mean when I get to what the main event is. But this is the start of what pissed me off. When the hint to go into this, the little brief is that this was good. This was intimate. This was good. This was about Liv and Io. But in the same night, this was about Liv and Io building up whatever time they got to build up this rivalry for this Saturday for Saturday Night Main Event, to build this up, and yet we undo it later on. Let's see. Then we got Drew McIntyre's promo. Drew McIntyre. Oh yeah, but like I said, Liv Morgan get the victory here. Then we got Drew McIntyre's promo where he was talking about how he could have came back, even though he after the injury he suffered at Hell in a Cell. He could have came back to show how strong he is, but he decided to take time away to go home to Scotland because his family needed him in Scotland. And while he was there, he had time to reflect on everything, how CM Punk screwed him over, and he was beginning to have doubts. He was beginning to believe that maybe he was wrong this whole time. Maybe people can change. Maybe Jay could change. Maybe CM Punk could change. Maybe even Roman could change. He was starting to think all this type of stuff, right? Well, no, not Roman, but CM Punk and Jay. I forgot but he does mention Roman, but that's when the butt comes in. He was saying then he saw Survivor Series when he saw CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso teaming up with Roman Reigns and giving almost looked like a revitalization of the rise and a new rise to power for Roman Reigns. He said that when he saw that, he knew he had to come back. So he in this interview he confirms that not only did he attack Jay Uso, he admits that he's the one who attacked Jay Uso and he attacked Sammy, but he tells you why he did it. And he said that he couldn't allow Roman to come to power, and he couldn't allow people like Sami Zayn and them to help him. They and he kind of see them like they confirmed that he was right, and I guess he tried to say they hypocrites because they hated Roman, but now they teaming up with him and buddy with him, and now almost like they trying to re-rise him back to power. So he has to he's doing his civic duty and taking out Sammy and Jay. So that's why he's back, and that's why he did what he did last week. Then we get Cody Rhodes an impromptu. Well, I want to not say impromptu, but a Cody Rhodes promo where Cody is basically talking with Adam Pearce. You know, the whole trade thing. We get another piece of the pie. Cody, I thought it would be a lot more, but it was only Cody. Cody was the only person, unless I missed it, unless I missed something, because I did miss, like, on Friday, I missed like Dominic Mysterio being talked to by Adam Pearce. So maybe I missed something, but only Cody Rhodes, the only SmackDown superstar that I seen on Raw for this trade window thing. Which, if you're going by rumors, gives credit. It would give a little credit to the rumors that Cody might be coming to Raw. So will Roman. But like I said, maybe I missed some stuff from other people from backstage segments. But yeah, he was the only person I seen. But he coming out the office and he runs into the New Day, and he talks to the New Day, telling them how, they known each other. He known them for a long time. Even Xavier was even longer because they went to school together. But he tells Xavier that they should be ashamed themselves for what they did to Big E last week, with Xavier and Kofi just looking at him and scoffing him off, like, yeah, that's rich coming from this guy because he was such a good guy in high school and stuff like that. And then we get to the Seth Rollins promo. Seth Rollins promo is that he comes out and talks about how, as his retort to what CM Punk said, that at least for the first part of it is true. Yeah, yes, he did go up to he did ask Punk to train him. He did ask Punk, this and that and the third. He did look up the Punk. He looked up the Punk, but he said the part that Punk leaves out that is the true reason why he doesn't like him, or he hates him, is that when CM Punk left the company, he it's the same old story with Seth, but he asked that when CM Punk left the company, he called CM Punk. He reveals that a lot of people call CM Punk. A lot of people call him and ask him, not ask him, but call him to give them their support, to give them the lend their ear, whatever. And they all got ghosted by CM Punk. Seth Rollins said that he was ghosted. A lot of people was ghosted who were so-called friends with CM Punk, and he got absolutely nothing here, nothing from him. And then on top of that, once CM Punk was gone from the company, that's when we get back to the other part that we already knew, where Seth Rollins said that he basically trashed the company and tried to tear the company down. No matter what platform he was on, no matter where he was, it was just bad. He was just spewing vitriol after vitriol after vitriol about WWE, trying to trash him, trying to tear him down. And it wants to get how he was saying this is like their livelihood. So that's why he hates CM Punk, because CM Punk got ghosted. I mean, CM Punk ghosted Seth Rollins and other people, and then turn back and try to bash the company. Um, in the middle of this explanation, he would get interrupted by Sami Zayn, who will come out to apologize to Seth Rollins, because obviously it wasn't Seth Rollins who attacked Jay, because we just got Drew admitting to it. So he was like, he wanted to apologize for that, but Seth was like, what, he said thank you, but at the same time, as soon as something happened, I was the first person that came to mind, and he wanted to know why. And he said, Sammy said the reason why he couldn't think of nobody else before Seth, why Seth was the first person to think of, because he said he wasn't talking like the normal Seth Rollins. He was talk. He said he was talking like Drew McIntyre, like how Drew was obsessed with CM Punk. Sammy said that's what he saw in Seth Rollins. He saw Drew McIntyre in Seth Rollins. How this hatred with CM Punk, they was talking like the same thing, and he was like, I am not Drew McIntyre. He said, no, you're not Drew McIntyre, but you wasn't acting like yourself. You was saying some similar stuff to Drew. You was acting like Drew, but obviously this feud, this rivalry, whatever this hatred of CM Punk, it's worse than I thought. It goes deeper than I thought. So I apologize for getting involved. Maybe I shouldn't have got involved last week, but for now on, however you need to deal with this feud, this rivalry, You could do it. I won't get involved no more. But deal with it how you see fit. And he was basically like, well, and he was like, thank you. That's all I wanted. So then, Sammy asked, were they good? They said, yeah. And then Seth Rollins said, yeah, we're good. But not, I'm gonna go deal with CM Punk, but it seems like you got to deal with Drew McIntyre. And then Sammy would cut the promo about Drew, saying that he said, we're not going to waste time. I don't want to hear no more. You're right, you're wrong, or whatever. You're justified in doing this, you're justified in doing that. We're going to end this as quickly as this started. And said that at Saturday Night Main Event, it will be him versus Drew McIntyre. So that was the match added. I think with that, yeah, with already the pre-existing matches, when that match was added, that made 5 matches. That's how we got to our 5 matches for. So as it currently stands, because we haven't got to Friday yet. At Saturday Night Main Event is going to be Sammy versus Drew, Gunther versus uh Finn Balor and Damian Priest, KO versus Cody Rhodes. Um, we got Liv Morgan versus Io for the women's world heavyweight championship, world championship, women's world title championship, whatever they want to call it. And we got the women's United States finals where we were crowned the first ever women's United States champion. So that's 5 matches. So unless Nia Jax is going to be wrestling on the show, we stick it to Triple H's 5 format. That's what we're gonna get. Um, so once Sammy make that announcement, he leaves, but he get attacked at the top of the ramp by Drew McIntyre, with Drew beating him down. They have to be separated by the officials and Adam Pearce. This was a good promo by all involved. It was deep. It had multi layers. This was all, like I said. This was set up from the CM Punk. CM Punk was like the kickoff point, and everybody just had their response or their views, and everybody's involved. This wasn't just about CM Punk. This is about Sammy. This is about Drew. This is about Seth Rollins. All of them is involved in the same feud, and it was actually okay. And that's what I liked about this promo, because everybody, when CM Punk was the only person who didn't mention like Drew McIntyre or Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn, Drew, and Seth mentioned everybody, and it was pretty good. And that's what I liked about this. It was multi-layered. It was a good segment. It was a good promo, and it made me hype for Seth versus CM Punk, whatever we get it. And it made me hype for Drew versus Sammy, because Drew is doing his best work as a heel, who thinks he's like this righteous martyr protector, trying to protect everybody from people like Roman Reigns and CM Punk. So yeah. Then we'll get the next match in the Intercontinental Women's Championship tournament, which is the third match, by the way. Zelina Vega versus Ivy Nile versus Lyra Valkyria. Um, and this was a good one. I do like that Ivy Niles got some good offense in. They made her look strong, but this is, you could tell they was angling for Lyra to look the strongest in this match. But Zelina wasn't bad either. Like I would say the person who got the least offense in was Ivy, but they did make her look strong at certain points. So there was that they did kind of build her up, but they mostly focused on Zelina and Lyra as as the most offensive dominant people, with Lyra being first and then Zelina. But the match was good. I like it. I would have preferred Zelina or Ivy winning. Actually, you know what? I take that back. All 3 women as it currently stands are mid card people. So I take it back. I was okay with any one of these women winning. I was okay with either Lyra, Zelina, or Ivy winning. But I was more heavy towards Zelina and Ivy. But I didn't mind that Lyra won as well, but I would have preferred that Ivy and or Ivy or Zelina had won this match. But we'll see. They're probably gonna win down the line anyway. So but the match was pretty good. It was well paced. It was fought well. Nobody botched anything. Ivy is obviously getting better because she had some botches early on, but she's got better now. Now there's no, I didn't see no botch from any one of them. At least I didn't notice one. Um, but the match was good. I enjoyed it, and Lyra Valkyria got the win. So she joins Dakota Kai, and we just got to have two more matches to see who Dakota Kai and Lyra will be facing to see who goes on to the finals. Uh, I will stop and see if Shay is back with us. You back with me, Shay? Nope. Shay is still not back with me. All right. Um, Then we will move on to a New Day backstage promo where they're interviewed by I think it's Jackie Redmond again. Is or in or my, no, I don't think no, it wasn't Jackie Redmond. But they was as she was at it was I forgot it was the other girl's name. I can't remember her name now. Uh but she was as the New Day about basically why they did what they did, but they didn't like her question because they made them seem like they was wrong, and they was like, why would you ask that question like that? Why would you ask us that question? Like, everybody's been looking down on us and looking like we did something wrong. You know what? Obviously, you're not going to be unbiased in this interview. So we're gonna go talk. We're gonna go out there and talk to the people that we need to talk to, the audience, the fans. And then I like that Xavier Woods demand like the camera, and he was like, "Give me the camera." He's like, "No, yeah, I don't care if you're John Cena's little buddy, your friend. Give me the camera." And he took the camera for the cameraman, and they went. Basically, he had the camera, and Joe Tessitore was like, "He's got the camera. He's taking the camera with him." And this was to be a unique twist on the shot where it follows the person from the backstage to the front of the stage where they go out to the crowd. And this time they did it with not just following them, they followed the camera. They did like their own POV, like we try to show you from our point of view. So that was kind of cool. I like that. The camera Xavier with the camera following the New Day, and the thing is, New Day's music did not hit here, which means they definitely getting some new music. They're definitely getting some new music. Um, and it's another person on the show who got some new music, but that's in the next match coming up. But the New Day came out to some nuclear Dominic Mysterio heat, and I mean nuclear heat. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't think just one. I will give them this. It's working. That promo that I might not like how that promo went last week with the New Day, but it's working. Stereo heat. I'm like, whoa! I can't believe that. And what I mean by Dominic Mysterio heat is that when they got in the ring and tried to explain themselves, the crowd would not let them talk. But in between them trying to talk, I did. You get Kofi saying like, "Y'all this mad? Like we gave you 10 years of positivity, and y'all this mad over one day." And then I think at one point you got Xavier saying we didn't even attack Big E. Oh yeah, and Xavier with the camera, he like once they got to the steps, they went all the way with the camera to the step, and then he put the camera on the steps, and then whatnot, and they got into the ring. And that's when they started trying to talk, but the crowd kept doing like the Dominic Mysterio thing, where they would just boo him out the building. So yeah, they kept talking. They said we tried. This is not. We didn't even attack. You act like we attacked Biggie. We didn't even attack Biggie. We could have attacked him. We could have hit him in the back with a chair. We could have did this, but we didn't. But you got why we didn't do nothing wrong. Why y'all mad at us? And pretty much that's all we would get out of them because the crowd wouldn't stop booing. So the New Day just left. It was effective and it worked. Now I like this promo. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this. Now I might be against them being together still as heels, but I'm not gonna lie, I do like this promo here because they are getting this nuclear Dominic Mysterio heat, and it was just like, wow. But I eventually do want to see what they got to say for themselves and for their actions and stuff. But this promo did work. It did. And then we got the main event, which is Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Now, while the match in an anything goes match, while the match was good, the match was good. I did not like the results. I did not like how this made me feel. Ah, okay. So let me get into it. So the match in itself is fine. Because this not impacting the match as an anything goes match. This was fine. They fought with weapons. They fought in the ring, outside the ring. It was pretty much an anything goes match. That was the good part. All right, I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is that Rhea is still overshadowing Io. So now, you remember what I said earlier? How when Liv Morgan in the Dakota Kai match, where it was intimate and it felt like we was focusing only on Liv and Io Sky. This main event undoes all of that. And the way it does it is when Liv Morgan would get involved, they try to help Raquel beat Rhea. And she should have. Now I'm going ahead and say this. Yeah, Rhea Ripley won a match. That's another thing that was wrong with this match. Rhea Ripley should have not won this match because there was too many with all the interferences that the Judgment Day does. You mean to tell me that Liv Morgan hitting the Oblivion did not help Rhea and then did not help Raquel get the victory? Nothing that the interference did do nothing to help Raquel get the victory. Instead, they just set up for Rhea to get in the victory. They protect Rhea way too much, and she doesn't need protecting. Rhea does not need protecting because Rhea is already a star. She's already a superstar, a megastar. She got fan, it's good. She's at the point where she could lose and it won't hurt her. And yet they would not, Triple H would not let her lose. Triple H, do not make that mistake. Please do not make that mistake. Do not make that mistake of protecting people so much that it hurts the story. Because right now you're hurting the story between Liv and Io because you're basically keep positioning. You want to. This is what makes me concerned that Triple H is going to take the title off of Liv Morgan soon and put it back on Rhea. Now, the only way I would agree with Liv Morgan losing to Rhea now is if she wins the Royal Rumble and beats Rhea at WrestleMania. One of those two things have to happen. Either Liv keeps the title to WrestleMania and lose to Rhea, or beat Rhea, or Rhea beats her now. Liv wins the Royal Rumble and gets her rematch at WrestleMania and beats Rhea to finally end this feud. This feud between Liv and Rhea needs to end. And the reason why I say this did disservice to Io because when Io came out and tried to even the odds to get her payback, I forgot I forgot to mention too when Io came out to help Dakota Kai earlier, she would get a hit with an Oblivion by Liv Morgan, and then Io came out to get her revenge. They basically would take out Raquel. Raquel would get beaten by getting the riptide through a table. And then they Liv and then would try to attack, but then Io came out to even up the odds and get rid of Liv and Raquel. And the match and the show ends with with Rhea and Io holding the title, saying that they both coming for the title. Or that, and even though Rhea has mentioned too that if Io beats Liv, then she's coming at the Io for the title. She wants her title back. She don't care if she had to get it from Liv or Io. And this ending shows that while I like that they trying to put Io over, I don't like that they making Rhea. They putting Rhea in this. Rhea's factor into this is overshadowing Io. And this whole match undid the whole thing they tried to do earlier with Io and Liv by having Rhea being like this overlooming. And then they keep mentioning, even Joe Tessitore, the commentators, they mention how Rhea is Liv's main rival. No, Liv's main rival should be Io because that's the one challenging her for the title. How the person challenging you for the title is not your main rival, but Rhea is the main rival. Rhea has lost her opportunities twice now um to get the title back. So why does she keep getting these opportunities? Why do we want to put her like this match that she was having with Raquel? That needs to be Rhea's feud. She needs to be feuding with Raquel, and then maybe trying to get back into the title picture using the Royal Rumble. Yet we don't get that here. So I don't know. Um, I definitely know that EO is not winning at Saturday Night Main Event. She's going to be unless they pull out a swerve. Liv is not beating. I mean, EO is not beating Liv. I don't see her doing that because of how they treating Rhea. And I'm guessing at Royal Rumble, Rhea will face Liv. Somebody got to face Liv at the Royal Rumble. So I don't know. We'll see how things go. But yeah, that's how the show ends. It ends with Rhea and EO standing tall, holding the World Heavyweight Championship, basically giving each other that look like, yeah, I'm coming out. What Rhea said, yeah, I'm coming after the title. And she said, you could come after, but I'm first. They're giving her that type of look. Um, I don't think Shay is still with it. Is not with us yet. Yeah, she's not with us. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give my rating. This was going to be. I'm going to say this was going to be an 8 out of 10. This was, but I'm lowering it to like a 7 because everything was fine. I'm not gonna judge them for the Wyatt 6 and the Final Testament match because I got what I wanted, and so I can't be mad about it. Uh, Everything was fine. I just didn't like the fact that the only things I had a problem with was how they handled the Liv Morgan and EO situation and with that Dakota Kai and Liv match, and then how they further did it with the Rhea versus Raquel match, and how and I but other than that, everything else was fine. I do love the Seth Rollins, the story they building between Seth and CM Punk, Drew and Sammy, and all of it intertwining. The New Day Nuclear Heat, I will admit, I do like it. I like how I'm actually a fan of what this story going. So, like I said, but because of those two things with Liv and EO and how they mishandling that situation with involving Rhea, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Um, but that's it. That's all of the show. Um, we lost. But though she's here, she is on here with us, but she wasn't able to participate. But shout out time. This is going to be a short one. We're going to shout out everybody who's on the channel. As you can see, we're going to start with Shay. Shay, or AKA her channel is Know the Rules. Get over there and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things for her. Let's get her to 500 or more subscribers. And if you enjoy wrestling and football videos, Shay is the person for you. So, like I said, go to her channel. As you can see on the screen, Know the Rules. Shout out to big man Chris, who brought us all together. Get over to his channel, Chris Wrestling and Views, if you already haven't, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because he's at a whopping 73,000 plus, and he's going strong. And we want him to get to 100,000 to be the first of us. Because as you can see, majority of us on this channel is small time YouTubers. Most of us on the channel is a small time YouTuber. Um, I would say me and Chris probably got the most subscribers with me having like almost 2,000. I'm close to 2,000. I think I'm like almost to 1,900. But Chris is like almost there to being where he's about to have the YouTube plaque. He's almost getting to where he could be doing this full time now. He's gonna be the first. He's going to be the first of us to get to being a full time YouTuber. I would put it that way. He'll be the first of us to do so. So, like I said, let's get him there. Get over to Chris Wrestling Views. and get him up there to 100,000 subscribers so you can get that YouTube plaque. Again, that's Chris Wrestling Views. And if you already haven't, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things because yeah, we want to see him get that YouTube plaque because he's an inspiration to all of us small time YouTubers. Now back to the small time YouTubers. We're gonna all we just said was Punch was on the show earlier, where he was on the show via the comments. Go there to Punch channel, which is no regret. Something is in my eye and I cannot get it out. Get over there to Punch channel, aka Thanos, aka Shane. No regrets, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. Do all those great things. Another small time YouTuber trying to make it big like our big brother Chris, who is our little brother. He's our big brother because he's the most successful channel of the group, but he's little brother because he's the youngest. But but yeah, get get over to Shane's channel, which is No Regrets, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button because we're trying to get him to 500 or more subscribers. And if you like wrestling and you like music, he's the guy for you. Kicking it with Leo. Get over to his channel. Hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. We want to get him to 500 or more subscribers as he does wrestling videos as well. But again, his channel is Kicking It with Leo. We want to, like I said, we want to get him up there too. Um, let's see who else. Jeff. We can't remember Jeff Dog Gaming. Get over there to Jeff Dog Gaming. And we want to get him because we're gonna have to have a Royal Rumble match or a War Games match with YouTube over while they keep taking his channel. But go there and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things because we want to get him to 500 subscribers or more too. Um, let's see. Shouts out to the main man Hector. We want to get him over. We want to shout out to him. He will be on the channel again soon. Everybody got life, so everybody got life happens. Things happen, so but he will be back soon, just like Chris will be back soon. Um, and then there's me. Oh, hey. Little Bit Man Gaming, another small YouTuber. Like I said, we small time YouTuber. We want to get me to 10,000 or more subscribers because hey, I want to be a big time YouTuber one day too. I'm trying to be like Chris. I want to get up there to 100,000 one day, but gotta start small, right? So get over to my channel, Little Bit Man Gaming, and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things because I'm trying to get to 10,000 or more subscribers, and it will be a reward for one of you guys. But if you like wrestling videos on top of movie reviews, TV show reviews, reactions. Speaking of reactions, I'm gonna be having some uploaded here in a few, and all the such. Then my channel is the place for you. Again, that's a Little Bit Man Gaming. Get over there and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, like I said before. And before we go, like we said, shouts out to the main channel, which is Wrestling Pit Podcast. Go there and hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all those great things as well because this is the channel that is bringing you this video. The Wrestling Pit Podcast. We want to get to 500 or more subscribers because when we reach the 500 mark, there will be a reward for one lucky pit member. Just like I have a reward for my channel members, this channel got a reward too. So again, hit that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, do all that great stuff. But yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It is time. It's almost time for NXT. So I'm about to go watch NXT, and we will be back Saturday for the SmackDown review, and then Sunday for the review of Saturday Night Main Event. So with that being said, love you guys. I don't if we do a video Thursday, we might do a video Thursday, but like I said, we're definitely doing a video Saturday, and we're definitely doing a video Sunday. Saturday would be the SmackDown review, and then Sunday would be the review for Saturday Night Main Event. So with that being said, Wrestling Pit Podcast, baby. We love you guys. We out.